below the camera. Down. There's good. That's probably as far as you want to go because that's already on the pitch a bit. Is that okay?
What about now?
That's too high, mate. Just.
I have to go over him because he's in front of me.
Can you, is there any chance, because his is strapped, is there any chance you can move that one to the left a bit so you guys can go at the same height? Yeah, if you can come down a little bit because otherwise, that's great, mate. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to sunny Casey for the first game between Melbourne City and Preston Lions to take place at the newly finished City Football Academy. We were here back in 2021 in lockdown, although no fans were allowed in attendance. And finally, the Preston away support gets its first taste of this new venue with a state-of-the-art hybrid pitch. Preston name an unchanged lineup for round 10. With Bond Scott between the sticks, Dom Felino, Aaron Anderson, Dean Larson and Adrian Valenti making up the back four. Wesley Gibello and Connor Bell on the flanks with Marcus Schroen and Luke Jago, who both scored last week against Georgies, holding down the midfield. Will Bainham ahead of them with Matthew Whelan playing up front. For Melbourne City, well, it's all change. Only 4 players remain in the team that played last week. Harrison Shillington, Ryan Calms, Xavier Stella and Kavian Rahmani are the players who retain their places. And in come a host of A-League mainstays, the likes of Max Caputo and Alessandro Lapane, introduced to the team, who've both been regulars at A-League level for Melbourne City. James Neuenhausen comes in between the sticks. Zane Schreiber and Harry Politides as well on the periphery of the first-team squad. We'll start the game, and in come from the bench, Arian Suleimani and Joshua Demevsky. Lachlan Charles, the goalkeeper, is the backup this week after starting in round 9. Ben Dunbar, Marcus Humbert and Medin Mehmeti are on the pine alongside Luca Durso and Tabena Obani. On the bench for Preston, Luca Resti, of course, a former Melbourne City youth product. So too Giorgio Serdenis returning to face his former club. Choc Dow comes back into the squad as well. Andrea Roxandich and Brandon Lawton with Matthew Symes continuing as the backup on the bench. Benji Leviticos and Delano Ferro drop out of the squad. Just about set to kick off here. Preston wearing the black and red third kit once again in honour of the 1994 VPL Championship winning team who were in attendance at Jenna Steele Stadium last week. Melbourne City in their familiar home strip of sky blue and white. Well, city blue, I believe, is the technical term they go for, not to be confused with Sydney. We are away. My name is Josh Parrish, here with Onflow Media for today's Preston Lions live stream. We hope you're enjoying the coverage from home. Absolutely beautiful sunny weather this afternoon. The sky has cleared, not a cloud in the sky, and lovely weather for all the spectators out there. Less so for the players. Hot conditions, and Preston not quite used to these 3 p.m. kickoffs anymore. Two teams who love to play attacking football, keep the ball on the deck. Christian Kristevsky, the Preston assistant coach, was of course the head coach of Melbourne City last season. This year, it's Alessandro Diamanti, the former Johnny Warren medalist, 17 caps for the Italian national team, whose career spanned from England to Italy, all the way to China with Guangzhou Evergrande. International star on the touchline at NPL level. And that clearance from Bond Scott is picked off. And here comes City, with Schreiber feeding the ball wide. This is Stella. Waiting the overlap from Harrison Shillington. Schreiber. Back to Ryan Calms. And we know Melbourne City will want to possess the ball as often as possible. City sit in 12th place. Just one win from their first 9 games. 4 draws, 4 losses. But they've rarely been able to call upon the talent that they have in the lineup today. They've all been busy on the bench or even in the starting lineup in Lopane and Caputo's case for the first team squad. Schroen laying a challenge. Bainham wins the ball back, but the pass is short for Adrian Valenti. Preston throw. Anderson on the ball now for Preston. Looking for Connor Bell with the long switch. Ball drops to Whelan, headed down to Bell. A short one from Schroen for Valenti. Preston gets some field position if nothing else. Larson for Valenti. Valenti up the line. And Whelan was just straying offside there, and a judge to be involved in play. It's Temevsky at centre back. Ryan Calms. Prompting the run of Shillington. Arian Suleimani was the target up the line, but Preston win it back, and Jego feeds it wide to Whelan, who can't combine with Schroen. That pass picked off by Calms. Lopane in for the 50-50. And Whelan going down under the challenge of Shillington and winning a pressure-relieving free kick for Preston. Larson. Looking for the early one for Whelan. Hangs up in the air, but the Irishman can't connect. And Preston win a throw. Schroen. City keeping a pretty disciplined shape early on here. Max Caputo playing through the middle up front as you'd expect in the number 20 shirt. The 18-year-old who broke through into this level of football at the tender age of 15. And Connor Bell is brought down from behind rather cynically, and Terry Constandelos doesn't look like he's reaching into his pocket just yet. But a final warning for Harrison Shillington. And now a terrific set-piece chance for Preston. It's going to be Luke Jego to take. In-swinging ball is on the money! And Marcus Schroen, it's 2 in 2 weeks for the skipper. He is deadly in the air. And Preston, with their first chance of the afternoon, are clinical. 1-0 to the visitors. Pinpoint delivery from Luke Jego. And Schroen made no mistake. An absolute bullet from the edge of the 6-yard box. He got the breakthrough against Caroline Springs last week. He took only 5 minutes this time around to find the target. And it's a dream start for the Lions on the road. Neuenhausen short. Calms. Shillington. Closed down aggressively by Bell. Constandellis, the referee, making sure Shillington doesn't steal too much yardage. Bainham will hook it to the opposite flank, and Gibello can contest this loose one. Wesley Gibello wins the ball back off Rachmani. Anderson looking for Gibello in the breeze, and it's just overcooked from Aaron Anderson. Lupane. Out to Romani. Great switch from Romani, and Arian Suleimani has a bit of real estate here to go to work against Valenti. Has an option up the line. He went for the pass to the captain, Stella. Great covering back by the retreating Preston defence. Can they keep their discipline here against Caputo? Suleimani skips in. Caputo looking for a way through a mass of bodies. And now Bainham is brought down. And the whistle goes once again. I think Marcus Shrine will get a mulligan here and retake this one. Plenty going on the sideline. Diamante giving the fourth official an earful after that decision. And now City get a free kick of their own. Matt Whelan late on the scene. And a little aggressive with the challenge for the referee's liking. Worked out left by City for Politidis. Back to Demevski. And Luke Jego gives away the free kick. Now worked wide to Arian Suleimani. Across the box, this is dangerous! And it won't trickle in. Bon Scott dives gratefully on the loose ball. Oh, Melbourne City inches away from an equaliser there. Agonising for the home side. And Preston with a real wake-up call after taking the early lead. Lupane. Stella gets no change out of Dom Felino. The former City player starting at right back for Preston today. City will monopolise possession here again. Can they find a way through, is the question. Shillington. Preston holding two banks of four very tight at the moment. Shillington. Demevski. Picks out Politidis. Schreiber. They're looking for that third man run here with Xavier Stella drifting wide. Marcus Schroen was alive to it and tracked his opposite number all the way. And then Larson hacks it into touch for a City throw. Looking for Caputo off the throw. Almost caught between the chests of the two defenders. Soleimani back to Shillington. Now Schreiber. Preston forced them back to their centre halves. Diamanti very vocal on the sideline here. Romani took it into traffic. Politidis takes over. Now chance for Politidis to cross. And it was a bullet into the 6-yard box, but Dean Larson was equal to it. Shillington. Romani. Lopane and Schreiber, and out to Politidis. Lopane. Great feat for the young midfielder, and Gibello. A great interception, but Preston can't relieve the pressure just yet. Comes a concentration game here as Preston protect this slender lead against these very technically gifted young players who are taught to knock the ball around in the City style. Politidis. Lopane. Clipped in, looking for Caputo. Schreiber goes over. Jego the offending party, and now the free kick count is all square at 3-3. Demevski into Schreiber. Shillington brings it down. Soleimani has Valenti on his back. Now a chance for Preston to press. And Connor Bell has won the ball here and has options. He squares it to Whelan, and the flag is up for offside. After a painful collision between the Melbourne City centre-back and his goalkeeper. And I think it's Ryan Calms who is down hurt. Well, a huge opening for Preston. Connor Bell was unselfish. Could have shot from that position. He had a runner on the right. Was perhaps not in position quick enough. Matt Whelan was free on the left, but just strayed beyond the last defender. Well, Preston seizing the opportunity to dish out some instructions. Adrian Valenti, the emissary there. As Jordan Figon and Christian Kristevski pass on some intel. And we're back underway with Stella continuing. Scott. Sent some serious frustration here. Ryan Calms ready to come back on. City still down to 10 players until the next stoppage. And ball just crept up too high on Wesley Gibello. It's a free kick. Crowd seeing the humour in the situation. Larson. Gibello. Handball against Politidis. Ryan Calms has resumed his position in the heart of defence now. Matty Whelan not quite content with the service there. Schreiber. Politidis. Back to Zane Schreiber. Up to Ryan Calms. Shillington. Suleimani. The 1-2 with Stella, and now it's clipped into the path of Caputo. Just too long for him. And Preston concede a corner.
On the deck! On the deck!
It's an in-swinger off the left boot of Schreiber. It's come off the back of Gibello's head and away from danger. Politidis feeds it wide to Schreiber. Has Lapane on the overlap. Time to measure across. And says he cuts it back to Zane Schreiber to hit one. And it's well blocked by the flying Valenti. Politidis. Lapane, the runner, appeals for handball against Lapane. And then the shot is blocked by Larson. I think both sides wanted a handball there. Looks like it's going to be Kavian Rahmani to take the short one. Schreiber for Lapane. Lapane's in-swinger off the head of Gibello. Stella's header. Dean Larson again very strong in the air today. Chip ball to Lapane. Cushioned header for Rahmani. Lapane off the outside of the boot. Clever pass. It spills out to Rahmani. No way past Anderson. Preston a little hemmed in at the moment. Schreiber. It's all going through Alessandro Lapane at the moment. Very little service for Max Caputo so far. Calms. Politidis. Rahmani with the eyes up. Return ball for Harry Politidis. Luke Jego blocking his angles. Shillington wanted it short. Instead, it's going to be fed back out. Funneled to the left-hand side again. Long switch looking for Suleimani, and that one trickles out of play for a Preston goal kick.
More quality. I don't mind, but more quality.
Scott. Flicked on by Lapane. Jago. Felino looks up the line for Bainham. Well shielded by Will Bainham, and Gibello off his marker and out for a throw, and Preston able to turn the tide back for the moment. Valenti for Schroen, rather hemmed in here. Very well worked from Marcus Schroen. Looking for Bainham. And doesn't quite connect. Gibello closing down Politidis. Ball ricochets back off the Frenchman and behind. That was purposeful work from the Preston captain, who's already scored this afternoon, and carried the ball out of a very threatening situation. It's a short goal kick from City. And they're playing with fire there, but Schreiber gets there ahead of Whelan. Romani, Politidis on the charge. The left back striding forward with intent. Caputo's in the middle. Politidis denied by Bon Scott. And then the follow-up shot from Shillington is well over the crossbar. Well, Preston were pressing high, and Harry Politidis exploited the space in behind. Preston will do the same. Play out short. Gibello loses out. Stella. Suleimani being followed in field by Bell, who concedes the free kick. Constandellis calling Bainham back. Quickly taken for Lapane. Romani. And then out to Stella at the top of the box. And it's curled high and wide of the target. Felino. Long one for Bainham, who's flicked header. Well, he's got no one in support there, Will Bainham. Looking a little isolated with those speculative balls up to him. That was a speculative ball from Schreiber. Bon Scott will take this long. Preston not quite in position to feast on the scraps there. Bell closed down Shillington. Sends it long and up the line. Valenti trying to track it in the sun. Luke Jago pounces on the loose ball. Scott has no choice but to clear. City thought Gibello was offside, but it hardly matters as it trickles back to James Neuenhausen anyway. Politidis gets free down the left again. Harry Politidis looking dangerous. Clips it across the box. And it beats everybody. Valenti's clearance is picked off. Schreiber back to Calms. Demevsky out to Politidis, causing havoc with his runs from left back in the last few minutes. Demevsky. And on for Akmani across the box. And Connor Bell in position to clear the danger. Another nearly moment for City. And that's all coming down that left-hand side. Don Felino getting taken infield by the runs of the left winger, Rachmani. And it's opening up all sorts of room for Politidis. Cut back to Stella. Schreiber wants it on his left. The shot is blocked and Bon Scott will prevent the corner. Scott. Can't pick out Whelan. Schroen was felled, perhaps doesn't get the whistle he was looking for. Xavier Stella. Looks for Suleimani down the right. He's got Caputo in support. Shillington. Dean Larson retaking his position in the heart of defence. And they'll put the ball out for an injury issue for Marcus Schroen. An injury that Preston can ill afford with their captain and goal scorer at the heartbeat of that midfield. And he doesn't tend to go down easily. So real concerns for Marcus Schroen and for Preston Lions here. Marcus Schroen limping off. And they'll need to reshuffle this. Matty Whelan making a point to Christian Kristevsky on the sideline. Preston will return possession here. Preston have to defend with 10 here, which is easier said than done with a possession-focused team like City ready to pounce on a numerical disadvantage. Preston will have to go strikerless for a moment as Will Bainham drops deep and Whelan comes into the number 10 role. Lapane's shot is closed down. Whelan. And just too long for Wesley Gibello. Andrea Roxandich getting some instructions on the touchline. It looks like Preston will be forced into an early change here. And that's a sickening blow to lose Marcus Schroen so early in the contest. Already made his mark on in the affairs this afternoon with that headed goal in the opening 5 minutes. Stella. Preston will make that change at the next stoppage. Meanwhile, Demevsky looking for Suleimani. Suleimani across the box. Larson couldn't connect. Oh, there was a hair's breadth of a touch on the way through, which means it's a concession of a corner. And Andrea Roxandich enters the fray as an enforced change. Swinger from Rachmani, looking for Ryan Calms at the back post. Lapane onto the loose ball, it's blocked. That's a Xavier Stella. Zane Schreiber hangs it high. Will Bainham climbing and only came off his back. Stella into the mixer again. Looking for Caputo, but Anderson equal to it.
Quick, speed. Get me. Yes. Yeah, hurry.
Demevsky. Politidis stands it up. Stella is in there. Larson got to it first. Whelan, he's surely fouled. And Constandellis calling for calm. I have to imagine Harrison Shillington is walking a tightrope after he was given a warning just 5 minutes into the contest. That was the free kick from which Preston profited. And it remains the only difference between these two sides so far. It's City monopolising possession but failing to convert their territorial dominance into significant chances. They've had several nearly moments and misconnections as the ball's flown across the 6-yard box. But little end product to speak of so far. Politidis has been City's best player so far this afternoon, and he strides forward with the ball, lays it off for Rachmani. Lapane. Schreiber with a pocket of space. Little shove from Roxandich. Constandellos not interested. Would have been a tame free kick. Whelan playing the 1-2 with Wesley Gibello. And now there's two runners attacking the box for Preston. And Shillington makes the crucial intervention. Connor Bell left waiting to turn the ball home. But the ball never arrived. A huge counter-attacking chance goes begging. Preston were rewarded with a corner at least. And it's Valenti who's spent plenty of time with A-League youth academies as well. His time with the Wanderers. He shapes to take this in-swinging corner. That's right on Neuenhausen. And it's punched behind for another corner. This time from the opposite side. James Neuenhausen was sure he was fouled there. Well, Luke Jego. His delivery was inch perfect in the opening moments of the game. This one isn't bad either. And Dean Larson was right on the spot, but Neuenhausen got a hand to it. Now Valenti. Lovely feet from Jego. Luke Jego straight to the goalkeeper. Meant to get more angle on it than that. Certainly wasn't an attempted shot from Luke Jego, although you could forgive him for having a pop from that sort of range after last week's effort against George Cross. Goal that sealed a 2-1 win. Politidis racing down the left again. Gibello trying to keep pace with him and does enough. He's a powerful runner, Harry Politidis. Felino. Off the shoulder of Whelan. Cop some contact there. Valenti, no obvious option up the line. And Connor Bell popping up on the right-hand side this time. And he takes a heavy touch, and Neuenhausen able to pounce. And that's a huge chance for Connor Bell. Well, he spotted an opening there, abandoned his usual position on the left flank to create an overload, and nearly unpicked the City defence. Now Preston have to have their wits about them as Suleimani sends it across the box, and it's too high from Kavi and Rachmani. And that's as good a chance of City as City have had all afternoon. Preston making a switch with Bainham down the left now. Felino ran it out into touch. Politidis takes it quick and short. Stella, Schreiber, Lapane. Looks for the far post, and Suleimani, Valenti in the way. Hooked away by Jego, and then Whelan. Oh, Ryan Calms was climbing all over him. Jego is the simple option short. Luke Jego knocks one over the top for Will Bainham. The flag stays down for Bainham, and Connor Bell was arriving. Zane Schreiber just getting there ahead of him. Gibello. Well, no free kick for Wesley Gibello, but Preston will have the throw instead. Anderson. Valenti. Larson. Back to Scott. Felino. Gibello. There's a hopeful flick of the outside of the right boot, but Wesley Gibello couldn't find a connection. Jego right on Zane Schreiber and gives away a free kick. Quickly taken for Shillington. Suleimani. Back to Harrison Shillington. Politidis. And that switches straight out of play. And first real black mark against Harry Politidis' card this afternoon. Valenti. Felino back to Roxandich. Preston will work it up the other flank now. Whelan has his heels clipped. No whistle. And away comes City. through Xavier Stella, and now Arian Suleimani. Back with Stella. Schreiber. Schreiber clipping one to the back stick. Rachmani was the target. No touch off Foligno. Goal kick the verdict. In the shadows of half-time now, Whelan being held.
Oh my gosh. Oh, they out of your mind there, buddy. Got shots with you, hey.
Diamanti not best pleased by that whistle. Valenti's ball in. Looking for Will Bainham there. Didn't get the clean connection he wanted. That was a big chance for Preston. Oh, good contortion of the body for Will Bainham, but now City come forward looking for Caputo. Larson cleaning up. And with nearly 44 minutes played here, Preston will be happy to see it through to half-time at 1-0 if they can. Stella. Bell sliding in, a bit of friendly fire on his own teammate. Connor Bell down hurt after Larson's sliding challenge. Both players fully committed to the ball. And the referee has not stopped play here. And now Connor Bell will require some treatment. And Luke Jego goes into the book for a bit of back chat. And the board goes up. 3 minutes to be added at the end of this half. With Connor Bell walking gingerly after that inadvertent collision with Dean Larson.
Ariel, give back, don't go to press. Max, stay, Max, stay. Yeah, now Max.
Scott. Send it long, looking for Bainham. Connor Bell back on the park now. Luke Jego is the option wide. Has Valenti in support if he wants him. Luke Jego will take on his opponent and then slides in late. And that was always going to be a free kick. And, well, City are asking for a second yellow for Luke Jego, who races away from the scene of the crime. Looked like a reasonable attempt at the ball, but he's got to be careful. He's walking the tightrope now after going into the book for dissent moments ago. Lapane. Knock back for Schreiber. Politidis. Harry Politidis hangs it up to the back stick. No connection. Too much on it from the left back. Suleimani. Can Preston hold out through stoppage time here? City really turning the screw with Lapane. Politidis is the pressure valve again. Look to feed it through for Caputo, but no way past. Lapane. Politidis. Joshua Demevsky lining one up. And it's well wide of the target. I think Preston will cop long-range tries from the opposition centre-back all day. That's the only free man that City can come up with. Well, 3 minutes have been played, and now we await the half-time whistle of Terry Constandelos. And that is half-time. And Preston go in with a hard-fought 1-0 lead. It was Marcus Schroen's header. A thumping effort from the edge of the 6-yard box after Luke Jego put in a pearler of a free kick. And Preston hunkered down after that early lead. They had chances on the break. Notably through Connor Bell, whose heavy touch took him straight through to James Neuenhausen. City's big chance came through Kavian Rachmani, but he couldn't keep his shot down. And the A-League Academy side, with so much of the ball in this first half, haven't been able to convert their dominance into an equaliser. Preston lost their captain Schroen through injury midway through the half. On came Andrea Roksandich, so an enforced substitution already in the heart of midfield. And now plenty to ponder for both Louis Atsevsky and Alessandro Diamanti at halftime. We'll take a short break here on the Preston Lions live stream. The score at the break at Casey Fields is Melbourne City 0, Preston Lions 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Preston Lions live stream, brought to you today by Cairo Care Factory Direct Mattresses, proud sponsor of the Preston Lions, and we thank all of our wonderful sponsors for their ongoing and loyal support this season to keep the club and these broadcasts going and make it all happen. Melbourne City 0, Preston Lions 1 at the break. Marcus Schroen, the only change for Preston so far, an enforced one midway through the first half due to injury. Andrea Roxanich into midfield, and Melbourne City have made a switch of their own at half-time. And it is Tabena Abani coming on at left-back for Harry Politidis. Preston on the attack. Gibello clips it in. Hacked away by Ryan Calms. Oh, and missed by Shillington, and Calms has to cover his right back there as Connor Bell holds his hands to his head. He knows he was almost in. But an intriguing change from City. Not sure if that's tactical or whether Harry Politidis might be on a minutes restriction, given he has been involved with the A-League team this season. But Politidis was perhaps City's best player in the first half, certainly their most potent attacking threat. Coming forward from left back, got free down the flank a number of times and just lacked a touch of end product. But Abani, who's more of a winger by trade, maybe a converted left back, will surely provide plenty of attacking threat of his own. Of course, very skillful dribbler, and Luke Jego is in trouble here. Is that going to be a second booking for Preston's stand-in captain? There might be a final warning for Luke Jego. Well, City are certain that Preston should be down to 10. That's a big let-off for Preston. He was booked for dissent after a Connor Bell injury, and then slid in moments later for a loose ball, collecting his opponent to howls of protest and appeals from the home side. Now Luke Jego flirting with a second booking again. And the whistle goes. Valenti bringing down Xavier Stella. And a great chance off the dead ball for Melbourne City here, with Demevsky and Calms joining the attack. Max Caputo, no slouch in the air either. It's Zane Schreiber. Floats one to the back stick, and Bon Scott claims pretty much uncontested there. Scott. Long one for Gibello. Rahmani. Well, no City player has more than 2 goals to their name so far this season. The lineups have been so mixed and the goals so spread throughout the team. But Rahmani is one of them. One of only 2 multiple goal scorers for City this season so far. As Abani goes to work against Gibello. Thought he was brought down there, but Terry Constadelis not interested. Valenti clipped it straight to Schreiber. Feeding Lepane. Has Roxanich on his heels. Abani. Stella. Harrison Shillington. And the switch comes in and it's skimmed off the head of Gibello and out for a throw. Quickly taken by Obani. Lopane. Demevski, who had a long-range try in the first half. Lopane's delivery is short. And away from danger by Anderson. Only as far as Shillington. Caputo getting more involved out wide with Suleimani through the middle at the moment. Stella. Awkward bounce for Larson. Lopane brings it down. Shillington. Caputo. Max Caputo carrying it inside, and it was a trailing arm from Roxandich, who will cop a yellow card there as well. And City have a free kick right on the edge of the Preston box. This is very much shooting range for the likes of Schreiber and Lopane. And Preston set a 5-man wall. Connor Bell being sent to guard the short option on the right. It's going to be Schreiber to shoot, and Bon Scott makes the save. Dom Felino with a crucial clearance. And Luke Jago hacks away the danger. Big stop from Scott, and an even bigger clearance from his fullback, who nicked it off the toe of two City attackers there. Preston survive a big scare. Suleimani combining with Caputo, who's made the shift out wide in this half. Caputo from the angle. That shot cops a deflection, and Luke Jago struggling with a shoulder injury here. Looks like just a knock as he went to ground. City corner. Short one for Lopane. Schreiber to cross. Off the head of Larson. Bainham contesting. Whelan. Will Bainham charging down the loose ball, but Obani goes back to Neuenhausen between the sticks. Here comes Lopane. It's a decent looking through ball, but Dom Felino saw it coming. .53 minutes gone at the City Football Academy. Preston still holding on to this slender lead. Wheeling off the chest. Jago. Great return back to Whelan, who puts it into space for Bell, but Neuenhausen is going to get there and clear it into the dressing rooms there. No risks taken by the City goalkeeper, with Connor Bell bearing down on goal. Valenti. Bainham, the obvious option. Bainham protects the ball well. Jago. Back to Larson. City will press here on Anderson. Anderson looking for Gibello. Obani's header falls only as far as Whelan. Tabena Obani almost got it caught under his feet there, but Whelan sliding in on Schreiber. And now Bainham winning a loose ball, and Whelan Bullies his way past Schreiber and shoots. And it's taken a touch on the way through. Huge chance for Preston. And Matty Whelan is kicking himself there. He knows how big an opening that was. Meanwhile, Luca Resti is preparing to face his former side. Choctaw getting his final instructions as well. A double change incoming for the visitors. Fresh legs on this hot and sunny Sunday afternoon in the southeast. It's Luke Jego on the dead ball. Low one, Whelan doesn't connect, but Aaron Anderson does. And Preston are 2 to the good. And they've stung Melbourne City again off a set piece. Aaron Anderson gets his second goal of the season. It was an instinctive close range finish. And now Melbourne City have a massive mountain to climb. Double change still incoming. Well, it was swung in with dip and swerve and power from Luke Jego. Matty Whelan made his presence felt at the front post, even if he didn't make contact with that ball. Sucked in multiple defenders, and then Aaron Anderson, as the ball bounces, turns it home. With all the experience and panache of a player used to playing far further up the field, the centre-back with a gem of a finish. Luca Resti and Choctaw are on. Wesley Gibello and Matty Whelan replaced. And now Preston have their tails up as Connor Bell looked for Dow. Schreiber with a crucial interception. Lopane chips it to the back stick. Caputo, not much on that. A floater for Anderson to clear. Aresti. Valenti. Bainham putting his body into Ryan Calms. Obani. Demevski. Lopane. And the City attack breaks down and more frustration for the home side. Preston will be relishing this. Smash and grab will do just fine for the Preston Lions on the road here. Foligno. Good purchase on the throw. Bainham. Giving away the free kick was Obani. And another set piece chance. And it's from the deliveries of Luke Jego and Adrian Valenti that Preston have really feasted this afternoon. It's going to be Valenti's in-swinger. Looking for Choctaw, who flicked it on! And there was no finish forthcoming from Anderson, who couldn't find space for the shot. Lopane was brought down. City pleading for a yellow card again. And instead it's James Neuenhausen who goes into the book. Well, it is a yellow card offence to berate the referee, looking for a booking. And James Neuenhausen went a long way out of his way to do just that. So Jego and Neuenhausen, the only bookings so far this afternoon. Calms went down under the challenge of Aresti. Advantage paid. In fact, there goes the whistle.
If you stop here to be yellow, you got the route.
Demevski.
Don't change our side. Yes, Lucy, good boy. James, give the 3, James. Chuck, over your body.
Shillington through the gap. Here comes Caputo. Larson in strongly. And the flag is up on the far side for a free kick. And City is going to make a change here. On comes Medin Mehmeti. And I think it's Arian Suleimani who's going to come off. Pretty quiet afternoon for Arian Suleimani. He is highly rated. Former Thunder youngster. On comes Medin Mehmeti. Flicked away by Jego. And Preston on the charge again. Will Bainham rides the challenge. And he's got 2 on the far side. And Choctaw is around Neuenhausen with the goal gaping. And Preston are 3 to the good. An incisive breakaway. And Choctaw kept his cool. Melbourne City hit by another sucker punch. The travelling fans go wild. Choctaw has his 3rd goal of the season. But what a brilliant pass from Will Bainham. Well, he could have played it plenty safer than that. He had simpler options on, but instead he cut what was left of the City defence open with one raking through ball that left James Neuenhausen trying to play sweeper keeper in no man's land. And Choctaw had the composure, the presence of mind, and the finishing instincts. Now Brandon Lawton, waiting for his introduction. Preston have been ruthless. Oh, and it's Dean Larson who's gone to the bench. You'd assume due to injury, with Dom Foligno playing as a makeshift centre half now and Brandon Lawton at right back. And they don't have a central defender on the bench. Thankfully for Lawton's versatility, they can readjust. Well, you'd assume Larson wouldn't be replaced unless he had to be. He's been terrific this afternoon. Preston really couldn't have scripted it better. 3 great chances and 3 terrific goals. And as it stands, still a wait for the action at the Veneto Club tomorrow night between Bulleen Lions and Kingston. But if this result holds, Preston will climb to 3rd place in the table. There is a mid-table logjam in VPL 1. And they'll vault all the way from 8th to 3rd. Still a job to do here, of course, with so much attacking firepower on the park for Melbourne City, but forgive the youngsters for being a bit demoralised. They'll go long and wide through to Mevsky, and no chance for Medin Mehmeti to get there. Valenti looking for Aresti, great take. Tried to flick it over the head of Schreiber there, a little ambitious. Jego hacks it away. Obani. Neuenhausen under pressure here from Bainham. And the Preston away baying for a challenge from the striker on the goalkeeper. Just got it away in time. Schreiber, who's seen so much of the ball today, former Western Sydney Wanderer. On to Caputo. Let's come back off Caputo, has it? No. Demevsky. Well, Caputo has gone back through the middle. Experiment with him out wide. Lasted only 15 minutes or so as Aresti lays it off for the charging Connor Bell, who has too much for Shillington. Connor Bell over Neuenhausen and chocked out, couldn't connect. Took a touch off the goalkeeper on the way through. Preston so close to polishing this game off once and for all. Connor Bell has had plenty of nearly moments this afternoon in situations just like that. Aaron Anderson using his voice from the back.
Defend! And there might be 6, 7! Defend!
Well, a shout from Diamante seemed to be damage limitation there. He was yelling defend. You wouldn't imagine City would give up the ghost so early. Calms. Chocked out. Rock Sandich sliding in, clean as a whistle. To Schreiber, looking for Caputo early off the chest. Well, the story of City's season last year was that they were free scoring, but just copped too many goals defensively. They had some crazy, crazy games. High scoring games. Never rule them out, given the top tier young talent in this team. Especially this afternoon. So many A-League regulars dropping down, but Preston have held their own. More than held their own. And to Mehmeti. Stella. Calms. Demevsky. To Benarobani. Again, this metronomic passing routine recommences. Preston have, for the most part, held their lines pretty compact. Gets harder the longer the day goes on and the more the sun beats down on this hybrid pitch. Shillington. Garesti caught a piece of him there and players brought to a halt. Lopane. Schreiber. Schreiber, a little clip for Obani to cross. And Tabena Obani ran out of real estate, and they've really missed Harry Politides in this second half. Of course, there are competing priorities with these A-League reserve teams. Got to keep players fit and fresh for potential first-team action. And we've got another change incoming. It's going to be Luca Durso. And that will be the final involvement of Max Caputo this afternoon. Much vaunted 18-year-old who's made waves in the A-League this season, displacing the all-time A-League goal scorer Jamie McLaren from the City's starting 11 on occasion. But he's come up empty this afternoon. Gosh, Zane Schreiber holding a drink in the middle of the pitch. Don't know if that's a bit of pickle juice or secret solution to keep him going. Got Rachmani through the middle now with Luca Durso playing down the left. Again, City spin the magnets and shuffle the pack. Schreiber lobs his beverage back to the bench. Demevski. Lopane. Durso. Lopane turning away from the challenge of Aresti, who's given away a few free kicks this afternoon. This one's paid advantage. Captain Xavier Stella drifting wide to combine with Medin Mehmeti. Mehmeti stepping in field and taking out Connor Bell. You heard the connection from here. I think he was trying to kick the ball and not Connor Bell's ankle, but still. Painful one. It's the second knock that Connor Bell's copped this afternoon, the first for his own central defender. Goals from Marcus Schroen, Aaron Anderson and Choctaw are the difference this afternoon. Preston cruising at 3-0 after seizing their attacking chances. First from a free kick, the second from a corner, and the third an incisive breakaway and a brilliant through ball from Will Bainham. And now City making a rod for their own back here. It's chaos in the box. And Neuenhausen forced into a rather panicked pass. Might work out well for them here. Connor Bell retreating at pace. And Stella can't keep it. Oh, it's pretty uncompromising philosophy as Adrian Valenti reels from A knock to the face, I think. City going to play out from the back at all costs, and sometimes it catches up with you. Foligno, the makeshift centre half, hasn't been without an injury toll today, with Marcus Schroen and Dean Larson both forced off. Valenti knocks it up the line. Off Bell and out for a Shillington throw. Obani. Durso. Coughed it up to Lawton and now chocked out. Squares it for Aresti. He was looking to attack it. Oh, Luke Jago's giving it away there. Lapane squeezes it through for Luca Durso. He's got Rachmani in the middle. At the cutback, found no one in particular except Adrian Valenti. And a real misconnection for City there. Anderson showed too much of it to Lapane and had to put his foot through it. Bell. Foligno takes it up the line into traffic. And the referee has whistled for a foul there, and I don't think the players heard the whistle. Foligno, long to a one-on-one contest. Calms and Bainham both grabbing bits of each other. Free kick goes City's way, and Will Bainham's going to go into the book. Well, he can't believe it. Yellow card for Will Bainham, taking a piece in the defender's jersey. Look like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, but maybe Will started it. Now they've swapped flanks with the wingers, City. Mehmeti coming to the near side. Lopane. Demevski. Preston's defence has held fast all afternoon. Stella. Short for Demevski. Here he comes, Josh Demevski. Slipping it to Lapane, and now Mehmeti. Back to Shillington, trying to open up a channel here for Luca Durso. Goes to work against Valenti across the box. And it's charged down by Aaron Anderson. "19 minutes of regulation remain. Aresti, hot on the heels of Demevski. Schreiber for Stella. City prompting and probing. Lovely reverse pass from Lapane, and Stella is free. It was Rachmani who was battling for it. Schreiber. Chocked down with the interception, but it spills to Demevski. Now Lapane puts too much air underneath it. Off the shin of Valenti. And then good pressure from the fullback to win the throw off Harrison Shillington. It's required a lot of discipline and concentration to get to this point, with Connor Bell winning back that loose ball brilliantly. Might be on a hiding to nothing here with the players around him, and that's a nasty challenge from Zane Schreiber. Leaves Connor Bell in a heap. And that looked like a frustration foul from the City midfielder. Connor Bell, as he often is, one of the most fouled players in the competition. Been in the wars today.
Come on, McGee. Get up! Get up!
Lawton. Foligno. Demevski. Obani. Schreiber. Oksandich sticking to Alessandro Lapane like glue. Shillington. City find an avenue. Stella combines with Durso, and then a shot comes in from Shillington. Will Bainham with the desperate slide and blocks that shot behind for a corner. Schreiber wants it quick and short for Lapane to change the angle of attack. Schreiber in swinger off Mehmeti and well over the crossbar. Well, it was neatly worked from City. Header never looked in danger of troubling Bon Scott's goal. Preston haven't kept too many clean sheets so far this season. They were absolutely rotten about copying a last-minute goal against Georgie's last week, even though it was immaterial on as far as the result goes. But it will be a point of pride for Preston to keep their clean sheet intact this afternoon. Bainham. Preston away fans pretty relaxed, having fun. Loviatsevsky. He needs to get clear of Brandon Lawton so he can take this throw. Pretty tight on the sidelines here at Casey Fields. Demevski back to Neuenhausen. Bainham charging him down. Demevski hacks one away. Connor Bell saw it dropping out of the sun there and couldn't connect. It's just too high for the back-pedalling winger. And City look to take advantage of the space behind the Preston press. Great challenge, Valenti. Terrific tackle. Well, no further changes from Preston. They've used all their substitution windows. Jego. Obani. Luca D'Urso going to work against Valenti. D'Urso to the byline. Valenti with a foot in. Demevski. Obani drifting infield to Benner Obani. Square ball for Stella. And then Shillington's ball in, and Mehmeti was unmarked. Well, Preston just have to keep their wits about them here. They're almost home. But Medin Mehmeti was unopposed in the box there, and that will be of some concern. And there comes the shout from Luke Jego. Clean sheet is the watchword for the final 4 minutes plus stoppage. Valenti. Demevski. Josh Demevski knocks it long. Hopeful switch and not really in the City mould, that pass. They do win it back high though. Shillington. Carnes for Demevski. He's a little short and Aresti almost nipped in. Schreiber away from trouble. Lapane back to Demevski. Shillington always narrow and inverted from right fullback. Been a bit of a blunt instrument this afternoon, City. Little telegraph with their passing. Still tell these players have such ability. Abani couldn't find a way past Chock Dow. Oksanic in strongly and the whistle goes against Preston. 16th foul of the afternoon. A lot of those have been pretty minor offences, but trips nonetheless. Will Bainham wanted the release ball to be played longer and make the defenders turn. Instead it comes back into the danger zone for Mehmeti. It's Medin Mehmeti. What a save, Bon Scott. Well, Medin Mehmeti has done more in his cameo than Max Caputo has done all afternoon. But he couldn't find the finishing touch. And Bon Scott will be absolutely wrapped with that save, which keeps Preston's clean sheet intact. He's looked pretty impressive ever since he's come in and claimed the #1 jersey, Bon Scott. Preston blessed with two outstanding goalkeepers to choose from. Bell on for Aresti. Luke Aresti would love a goal, but I think he'll keep it in the corner here. No. Tried something a little outlandish and Got it all mixed up. Felino, great challenge. Bainham, back to Felino. To Anderson, feeding it through the gap for Felino, and they've opened up the pitch here, and Choctaw has room to go at Abani. Dom Felino venturing forward from centre back. That's a clean challenge in the opinion of the referee as the board goes up. Fourth official signalling 4 added minutes at the end of this one, and Preston concede another free kick. There's been a lot of fouls that have broken up the rhythm of the game today, 27 in all by our count. That's including City's offences, of course. Rachmani. Domevsky. Durso. Great first touch from Luca Durso, bringing that one out of the sun. Shillington, Schreiber. That's it on his left, Schreiber to the back post. And that's a rather aimless cross. And that's been the story of City's afternoon, I should say. So much possession, so much field position. But nothing at the pointy end. Mehmeti's recent chances aside, and one big opening for Kavi and Rachmani in the first half. That goal kick straight out of play. Abani. Can't beat Lawton with the throw. Jago had to pull out of that challenge. He's on a yellow. Lopane for Xavier Stella. Shillington for Durso. Stella for Ryan Calms. Good ball from Calms. A little pocket of space for Durso to measure across, and it's high and way off target. No shape on it at all. .90 seconds left in stoppage time, plus whatever extra Terry Constandellis deems necessary. And Bon Scott will take his time over this one. Preston are almost there. It's been a hard-fought 3 points on the road. They've had to defend and then bunker down for long periods. They've seized on their chances whenever they've arisen. They've been truly ruthless in front of goal. Connor Bell still battling, still giving everything for every loose ball, and he wins a free kick quite brilliantly there. Tangling on the deck like he's in an MMA cage, Connor Bell.
Next time you can, I bring the book.
Lawson. Down. Dow back to Lawton. Oh, that was an awkward bobble for Bon Scott. And it's skewed way off target. Shillington. Rachmani, lovely spin. Kavi and Rachmani from range, and it was deflected en route. Took any sting that was in the shot out of it. And the referee checks the watch. This could be it. As Bon Scott sends this one long. Full time is blown. And Preston have done it in style in Casey. Marcus Schoen opened the scoring on the 5-minute mark with a towering header, a bullet header from close range off a perfect delivery from Luke Jago. City had all the possession and hemmed Preston in on the edge of their own box for long periods in the first half. As Schoen was withdrawn due to injury. But they held their nerve. Preston, they kept their discipline. Aaron Anderson bundling it home from close range from a second half corner. And then the goal of the day, an incisive breakaway. Will Bainham threading the perfect through ball on the counter-attack for Chock Dow, who rounded James Neuenhausen well off his line and outside his area and tucked it into the empty net to make it Preston Lions 3, Melbourne City 0. And Preston leapfrogged several teams from 8th place to 3rd place in a logjam of a VPL 1 table, a vital 3 points on the road. Melbourne City will wonder about a few missed chances and curse their set-piece defending. But Preston were clinical and ruthless on the day. They knew their jobs and they stuck to them. Bon Scott keeping his clean sheet intact with a brilliant one-on-one save from Meta Mehmeti late on. And the travelling supporters have plenty to celebrate as Macedonia take 3 points back to Genis Steel Stadium. The final score from the City Football Academy, Melbourne City 0, Preston Lions 3. Thank you for tuning in here on a Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you and your continued support of the Preston Lions. We appreciate all those travelling fans who made the long trek from up north. And a big thank you today to Cairo Care, Factory Direct Mattresses, our matchday sponsor. We'll sign off here with thanks to OnFlow Media. I've been Josh Parrish, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Check that.